Brute force attacks. Well, first of all, what is it? A brute force attack is an attempt using trial and error to crack a password, a username, find a hidden URL, an encryption key, and so on. It's probably not very clear, so let's see a simple example from the non-digital world. We have this lock that has 10,000 maximum combinations. This means that if we try them one by one, we will eventually find the right key that unlocks it. Imagine that this is your password. That, of course, has many more possible combinations, but instead of having two hands, we have quite some advanced computing power that can calculate possible solutions at a very high rate. This is a very simple example of how trial and error works and how to crack a lock, but let's get back to our digital world and see what types of brute force attacks are out there. We have 6 main categories. The first one is a simple brute force attack. This uses a systematic approach to guess that doesn't rely on outside logic. Second, hybrid brute force attacks. This starts from the external logic to determine which password variation may be most likely used to succeed, and then continues with a simple approach to try many possible variations. Third, dictionary attacks. This guesses usernames or passwords using a dictionary of possible strings or phrases. Fourth, rainbow table attacks. A rainbow table is a pre-computed table for reversing cryptographic hash functions. It can be used to guess a function up to a certain length consisting of a limited set of characters. 5. Reverse brute force attack. This uses a common password or collection of passwords against many possible usernames. Targets a network of users for which the attackers have previously obtained data. 6. Credential stuffing. Uses previously well-known password username pairs, trying them against multiple websites. Exploits the fact that many users have the same username and password across different systems. Now that you have an idea about what brute force is and what are the types of attacks, let's get back to some scenarios that you can apply as a home user. We will next see how you can secure your passwords and how you can protect against possible attacks. How secure is a password? This is the average computer time on which a password can be brute forced. And this is quite interesting because a simple password like admin can be roughly cracked in around 8 seconds. But a complex password that has multiple types of characters can take up to some months or even centuries. And now let's see, based on this, what are the best practices. We compiled a list of 6 recommendations that we wanted to give you. First, use a password manager. This will actually help you for the other 5 items from our list. We're going to leave in the brute force document from the resources a link with all the free and paid password managers. Second, use a minimum password length of 20 or more characters if permitted. Third, include lowercase and uppercase alphabetical characters, numbers, and symbols if permitted. Fourth, generate passwords randomly when possible. Here is also where the password manager can help, since they can generate passwords based on different options that you can select. Fifth, avoid using the same password twice, across multiple user accounts and/or software systems. As we saw earlier, if a database is hacked and your username and password combination is there, the hackers will try those combinations on multiple platforms to see if they get a match. Sixth, avoid character repetition, keyboard patterns, dictionary words, letters, or numbers sequences. Avoid using information that the user's colleagues and/or acquaintances might know to be associated with the user, such as relatives, pet names, romantic links, and biographical information. And now that you have all this information, let's have a fun workshop. Go to the link in the slide and play with passwords to see how fast you can brute force them. However, we don't recommend you using your real passwords. Try to keep it safe. And with this, we conclude our brute force lesson. We hope that we provided some interesting information, and please find the links discussed here in the brute force text file from the resource section. Thank you, and see you soon in our next chapter.